Joining me is a gentleman who, along with his late father, has had a wonderful career in harness racing. Caught up with Chips Lett to find out how it all began. Well, Chips, good to be catching up with you. You're usually on the other side of a camera lens. This time you're on the front of it. You've had a wonderful career, along with your dad, and I'd like to find out where it all began as far as your father, June, was concerned.
Well, Dad was in the US Navy as a war correspondent and photographer, and when he came to Australia, he stayed here and then took on the job of photography in the fashion world. He was a very well-known fashion photographer, and he took on taking the trots as a bit of a sideline.
So how did the trots involvement then begin?
Well, back then the trots changed to night trotting, and Dad, being a trained photographer, he knew how to take photos at night. So that was how he got into it. And then later on he suggested to me, did I want to come in? I was an industrial chemist at the time, and I thought, oh well, I'll give it a go and see what it's like, and I've been here ever since.
I believe there was a gentleman already involved in taking the photos at Harold Park, but during the day, and he asked for your dad's assistance and then decided to let your dad take over the company, and your dad was only too welcome to take over.
That's right, yes. He enjoyed the racing, and he enjoyed meeting the trainers and drivers. He had a lot of great friends. Wally Woods comes to mind, and he really considered everybody one of his great friends at the track, and he progressed from there and really took on a great career of taking many photographs of horses.
And Chips, when did it officially take place, the takeover, as far as the Lett family was concerned? Because it certainly has been a wonderful legacy ever since.
Well, in 1948, when he started taking photos of the trots, I joined him in 72, and I really enjoyed the racing. Having done car racing and motorbike racing, I thought this would be a really good thing to enjoy, and I really do enjoy it. I'm a professional builder as well, and in the times when I'm not at the track, I'm usually doing building work. Sometimes with my great friend John Ponsonby, we do kitchens and bathrooms together, and I've just completed a granny flat for my granddaughter's family, and there's always something to do.
I believe you're also an industrial chemist.
Well, I was working for Dunlops at the time as an industrial chemist, which I found a bit hard to do, and taking photos is a lot easier.
And you've certainly enjoyed it, and you've made so many wonderful friends and provided thousands and thousands of owners, along with your dad, of some wonderful moments that they cherish forever.
That's right, yes. I once worked out that if I put all the frame photographs together, they would stand from Sydney to Perth. We've sold that many through the years.
Now, one thing we've got to clear up, everyone just knows you as Chips, and everyone would say, we don't know any other name, it's just Chips. I thought it might have been a chip off the old block, but there's another story to it.
Well, my father being American, all Clydes and Charlies are Chips from America, and that's where it stands, and it's always stuck. And it's strange that I should be a builder as well, a carpenter, and the name has just stuck ever since.
And Chips, being a photographer, you've enjoyed it immensely and made so many wonderful friends.
Oh, I consider all the drivers, trainers my friends. I've watched them grow up from mini trots to drivers like Vaughan Duncan, mini trotter, first drive, first win, and then a double. I enjoy seeing all the kids come through, and I've seen most of them come from the cradle to the win.
And taking the photo finish, apart from that, also the presentation photos must give you a great deal of joy.
I enjoy taking all the photos. I try to do the best job I can. I always do what I can do the best, and that's the way I work.
And Chips, no doubt there's some memorable photos that you have taken. Is there any one or two that stand in particular?
Well, historically, I've always felt the 1973 Inter Dominion of Hondo Grattan was a fantastic photo. For back in those days when you only got one shot at it, that was what I always enjoyed. And you can't go past lately the wins of Don Hugo, my great friend Tony LaCastro, winning the Everest and then the Inter. Fantastic horse, and I love taking photos of him.
What about a photo that is not one of a brilliant horse or a brilliant trainer driver, but just a photo that you've got so much enjoyment taking?
Well, at Penrith one night when Brooke Wilkins' horse got away, it was heading straight for me. I took photos of it all the way up, and then I had to catch it rather than let it run me over. And I've got a series of shots of that horse heading straight towards me.
No doubt you've, over the years, collected a lot of wonderful memorabilia.
We've got so much stuff and photos of all the champions. The old ones are all stored here at Menangle, and I have the rest all digital. I go through them every now and then. I'm just amazed at all the wonderful horses we've seen.
Just above you, Chips, we see the photo of your dad, Gene, and an ad there for Gene Lett Studios. A lot of these photos behind us of all the greats in harness racing and race calling and media, your dad would have been involved with a lot of these particular gentlemen.
Oh, for sure. You know every one of them. I know most of them, and we probably took most of the photos. And they're a great team of guys to work with. Every one of them a real legend, and it was a privilege to be up there with them on the Hall of Fame.
Now, Chips, in the last 5 or 6 weeks, in fact, ever since Christmas, you've had a little bit of a shadow following you around at Penrith and here at Club Menangle. Riley Morris has got a beautiful camera off his mum and dad, and he's been following in your footsteps.
He's taken some great shots. I've had him out there on the track with me. He's got the idea, he knows exactly what to do, and once again we're seeing a mini trotter, and he's going to progress through, and next minute he might be the track photographer.
Must bring a lot of great memories back for you of you and your dad.
I think about them quite often. Yeah, he was like my best friend at the time, and we certainly had a great time together at Harold Park, taking many shots together, yes.
Well, Chips, it's great to catch up there and just have a little bit of a story about where this legacy in harness racing began for the Lett family. Great to catch up with you. As we said, you're usually on the other side of the camera, and you've been taking wonderful photos for National Trot Guide to go with the interviews I do. And Sarah Olsen took the photo of you tonight, the clerk of the course who we've interviewed, and she did a marvellous job.
Oh, she's very versatile, good photographer, and a wonderful horsewoman.
What's your job, Chips?
That's right, definitely.